Thank you for joining me today on this podcast. I'm sure you were busy today training these clients of yours, and obviously we'll get to your career. Your resume speaks for yourself. It's amazing. You're such an inspiration, and
Thank you.
it's an honor. And first of all, how are you and your family doing?
Great, amazing. Just every day, we're good every day. Everybody just works hard and just try to keep healthy.
Yeah. So when did you get? My first question to you is, when did you get interested in playing basketball, and who was your biggest influencer in that?
My dad was my biggest influencer. He's a high school coach. He's always been a coach as long as I could remember. So when I got to probably about the age of 6, that's when he kind of like just put a ball in my hand and taught me how to make a layup, and that's pretty much all I really needed. And then after that, he didn't really have to teach me much. I just kind of was naturally gifted in the game of basketball. So going to his practices when I was younger, I would watch. I was too little to participate, but I was always just watching. So when I got to, the appropriate age, that's when it was kind of like, okay, now he put a ball in my hand, now I can go with it. So definitely my father.
So did you have a person that you looked up to in the WNBA while growing up?
Did I have the WNBA growing up?
No,
Yeah.
did you look up to someone that played in the WNBA while you were?
Oh, yes, I did. Sue Bird. I remember watching Sue Bird when she was in high school. She had came down to Phoenix, and it was Christ the King. And I really she caught my eye when I was young, and then I kind of just followed her at UConn. Continue to watch her. Biggest motivation too with her, as far as like I wanted to be like her. So growing up, I wanted to wear the number 10. So that was always been my jersey number because of Sue Bird. And then, I still love watching her play to this day.
So in high school, when you were playing in high school, did you play multiple positions, or were you only a point guard? Or explain to me, whoever did it.
Yeah, I'm a true point guard. I'm about 5'5", so they can't put me in the post. I'm too little. But yeah, naturally I see the floor really well. But again, I'm a true point guard. When I say true point guard, that means I like to pass first before I shoot. So assist is definitely like points to me for sure.
So what did you learn in high school and from your coaching staff and your teammates, and what advice did you get from these from your coaching staff and before you went to college?
Honestly, just work hard. I think the biggest thing, and I'm just gonna go back to my father, because he was my high school coach. He didn't have to force me to be in the gym. I wanted to be in the gym. I always see how hard he works, and basically just told me, hey, people doubt you because of your size, because I was little, but if I just put the work in, I could do anything. And I believed in him. So anytime I wanted to get in the gym, he would open up the gym for me. He just literally every day would just give me the best advice. And when I'm down, he would always pick me up. So I think the biggest thing was just with my coaches is just continue to work hard and don't ever doubt yourself. And I think I still use that to this day. That's why I'm so successful.
Yeah. So were you a flashy point guard? Were you the type of player where you like to show off your highlights and?
Oh yeah. I was very humble, but definitely flashy. I like to do the behind the back passes, no look passes. I think that's why I separated myself a little bit, because I would do things that a lot of these girls couldn't do. Skip to my Lou was an and one mixtape guy. I grew up every single day I would watch his videos and do the behind the back, between the leg passes, and I would go to the park and I would try to do it. And I would mess up, but I would, eventually I would get good at it. And in high school, I know I would do that a lot. And the no look passes, behind the back passes. And again, I think that's why I separated myself, was because I watched the N1 mixtapes when I was growing up.
Hmm. So how many offers, so after high school, how many offers did you have coming out of high school, and what made you choose New Mexico State?
Okay, so I took, I was getting highly recruited. A lot of schools on the West Coast for sure. I took 5 visits. I went to New Mexico State, obviously, ASU, U of A. But those 2 were unofficial just because I was here in the Valley in Arizona. Texas A&M, Utah, and Weber State. And I chose New Mexico State because right off the bat, they were like, you're going to start as a freshman. All the other colleges, you know, they had their seniors and they had their junior point guards. But this school in particular, they were like, you're going to start right off the bat and get a lot of the minutes. So it was kind of a no-brainer to me. It was more like I didn't want to sit the bench. I don't know how to sit the bench. So I was just like, why not go to a university where I can start and make an impact right off the bat.
Hmm. So how grateful were you that New Mexico State gave you the opportunity to start right away, and what did you learn from there, and what was it like playing in a high level competition every night?
At my freshman year, it was definitely tough. It was a different transition just because in high school it was easy. The game was easy, but then when you get to that next level, everybody's, you know, either taller than you, stronger than you, faster than you. So it was definitely a challenge, but it was something that I prepared myself. In my freshman year, I was actually super successful. I remember my very first college game. I had 18 points at halftime, and I was like, man, I don't ever do this. Even in high school, like at halftime, I had 18 points, and we were playing University of New Mexico. And so I came back second half, and they put a boxing 1 on me. And I was like, man, like I'm gonna have to go through this boxing 1 again, because they used to do that all in high school. And then I ended up with 19 points because the girl just kind of shut me down. She was way taller than me. Her arm span was crazy. So I ended up with just a free throw. But I mean, that was my first like college career game. But I could honestly say, like, I was like, okay, I know I'm gonna be successful just because, I just prepared for it. And I'm a gym rat. So, and I'm still a gym rat, but I like I said, in high school I prepared, and I knew in college it was going to be prepared. So, but the competition for sure was, I mean, it was different just because everybody was either better than you or right there as talented with you.
So, obviously, while you were in college, did any WNBA players give you advice while you were in college? Like Sue Bird, did she give you advice, or any other players giving you advice?
Honestly, so the WNBA, I'm a little older, so the WNBA was still growing. It's not how it is now. So the WNBA was still like getting their name out. So I know like a lot of the girls that I played against they're in the WNBA right now, but it was still growing. I'm 35 years old right now, so like we didn't have DVD. Like our game film was VHS. So, and I'm just throwing my age out there, but I'm a little older. But so yeah, I wasn't connected like I am connected now back then because we didn't have any social media or anything.
Everybody to me looks young, so you're so.
It's okay. No, I'm gonna take that as a compliment, but it's hard to answer that question just because I'm a little older.
So my next question here. So did you ever consider playing in the WNBA while it was still growing? Obviously, after a college career, did you have the opportunity to get to like work out with some teams, or what was your next? Or did you play? Do you have a chance to look at overseas teams also?
Yes, most definitely. I actually was going overseas and got connected with the team in Germany. And when I was down here in Arizona just training, I ended up breaking my ankle. and definitely was a blessing in disguise. Had to tell the team, hey, I can't make it. You know, I gotta get surgery. I gotta, you know, rehab and stuff like that. So basically they were just like, well, good luck with that. We gotta find a replacement. You know, definitely contact us when you're ready. And so at the time, I just graduated from college. I needed a job. I just got you know, just got a car. I had to pay my insurance and stuff like that. So I went into education because that's where I got my degree in. And then just started coaching high school basketball. And so I kind of went that route. So instead of being a player, do I have regrets not going? Yes. But I probably wouldn't have what I have now if I would have continued to go the overseas route. So yeah, but at the end of the day, I think I look back at it now, it's like it was definitely a blessing in disguise, because I mean, what I have now, I wouldn't give it up for the world.
Yeah, so before we get to your coaching career, I want to bring this up to you. Obviously, I have your resume right here. It's just amazing. You were the DV Hall of Fame 2020. You're the CEO of Mobile and Training, and then founder of. You're the co-owner and founder of the sports. And what's it like? So how did this come about with being the CEO of Mobile and Training, and what was it like being the Hall of Fame of DV 2020?
So yeah, that was a great opportunity. It's always a great opportunity to make an impact, especially at your high school. So to be nominated, was definitely an honor. You know, I always go back to the high school and I can see my picture on the wall. And then a lot of my clients and players, they actually are playing at Desert Vista, so they can, you know, go in and see my picture. So definitely it's an honor just to make an impact. I know wherever I go and wherever I play at, I know I made an impact everywhere I go. So yeah, that happened this year, which is pretty cool. I had a big old ceremony for that. But yeah, so Mobile and Training has opened up a lot of doors for me and a lot of opportunities for me, because that was my first business that I started. Again, I went the high school route, started coaching high school, and I realized that I didn't like the X's and O's, but I really loved practices and I loved player development. So I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is if I'm not gonna play, I'm gonna help, you know, other players get better. So it just kind of blew up from there. I mean, any session for an hour, I'll get 80 to 90 kids that come into to my gym. And I also train at the high level too. A lot of overseas players, a lot of Division I players. So yeah, with that, I've now developed my own. I have a 2-court facility called the Lab. So this is my second year taking ownership of the courts. And then because of me making a big impact with girls basketball out here, I started the first girls basketball league here in Arizona. Usually the girls, starting at a young age, they got to play with the boys. So there was no opportunity for the girls. So I was like, you know, let me be the one to provide opportunity for the young girls. So did that, and it kind of blew up, and I think now we're on my 5th season for the girls leagues, and it just every season I just get more and more teams participating, so that means more and more young girls playing the game of basketball.
So what's it like having your own gym and being able to coach these young kids, and then obviously yourself being a player, and what's it like just feeding off your career for these young kids so they can become better players in the future?
Man, having my own gym, it's a dream come true, just because like I was always, you know, training outside, you know, wherever I could get in, wherever I could fit in, I'm in there. I was, you know, always at an LA Fitness or somewhere trying to train. But to now I can have, you know, I have keys to my own facility is a blessing for sure. But you know, my gym is just not my gym. It's, you know, it's for everybody. So I'm providing, kids to come in here every single day and get better. So, I mean, having your own gym, it's a great opportunity, and I want more. So I'm working hard right now just to get a bigger facility, because I'm definitely outgrowing this one right now. So I think in the future, I think that's what's next for me.
So obviously, in this generation, is all about networking and connecting with other people online or social media. So when was it? Actually, I saw your recent interview with Janine Hernandez on her thing.
Mm-hmm.
I interviewed her on my show. She's an amazing, inspiring lady. When was the first time that you connected with her? And what's it like? What was that like? The interview like with her and
Connecting with Janine, I've known Janine for a long time. She's actually one of my good friends, to where I've seen the growth of Janine. I've seen her. I've talked about how she loved writing when she was, in her 20s. So, we would have a group, and we would go out and have fun. And so Janine falls into that category with my friends. So getting to see her and her, like, living her dream is amazing to see. And she's just an ambitious and just goal-oriented female. And I try to surround myself with a lot of girls like that. I know that you talk to Tisa too, and Tisa is one of my best friends. So I try to hang out with girls who are ambitious, because again, all of my group of friends, we all are doing everything that we love and what our purpose here on this earth. So Janine is definitely, I'm definitely proud of her.
Mm-hmm. I also interviewed Athena Rodriguez, if you know her.
Oh yeah, Tisa. Yeah, I saw a little bit of that interview. That's one of my best friends. I've seen her growth too. I've seen the bottom, and now where she's at the top. Again, we just like-minded people you want to hang around with. And Tisa is definitely one of them that, every day I try to talk to her, making sure that she's okay.
Yeah, so I hear some kids in the background yelling. So what's it like? No, what's it like here? Seeing these kids. Obviously, we're in a tough situation, and some people don't get a chance to see people in person right now. But for you, what's it like just these kids not only training but having fun and yelling and just having fun in the gym?
Oh yeah, I mean, watching these young kids. I mean, I'm looking outside my window right now in my office, because I'm at my gym right now. I just got done working, but they're so young, they're cute, but they're working. And again, if we can start these kids, first off, get them off the streets, get them out of the video games, and having these coaches, teach them the game. In one day, they can be, like me or like anybody else, or even, like LeBron James. So, but it starts at a young age. So, again, just hearing this gym always being, full of people, and seeing this gym like packed with these young kids. Like I said, that's why I do what I do every single day. This is why I work hard. It's definitely not for me. It's for everybody else.
So, what advice would you give these young kids or young athletes, and even that kid I just mentioned to you, the 14-year-old kid that's trying to be the first silent kid reporter? So, what advice would you give them who are trying to reach their goals?
Just believe in yourself. I think at the end of the day, don't do it for anybody else but you. It starts with you first. So, whatever you want to be it. Write it down and do it. So, I think the biggest thing is don't ever doubt yourself, because we are amazing individuals, and we can, if you believe it, you can achieve it.
Yeah, so I know that you're working on some big things over here, and I saw you that you got some new merch out. So if you don't mind, explain your new merch to everyone.
Oh yeah, so for so long I've just been creating T-shirts, and I teamed up with a brand that's really big in the industry with the shorts. And so I'm actually excited to have my first collection of shorts coming out, and I can't wait to see them in person. I've just seen the mock, but they're selling like quickly. So the goal is to sell 100. Today I just had somebody, hey, we wanna buy a bulk of your shorts and sell them in my store. So I think eventually, hopefully, that can be bigger than what I have right now for sure.
Hmm. Well, I know, like I said earlier, networking is big and connecting with people. And I saw you that you were connected to some NBA players, former NBA players, and I saw a picture of you with this NBA player who plays for the Phoenix Suns. And what's it like working with NBA players too?
Um, they're awesome. During like the COVID, I got to really see daily Marcus Smart, who plays for the Boston Celtics, and Javon Carter. They were always in my facility, preparing for the bubble. But again, they were preparing, to potentially win a championship. So just seeing their grind every single day, seeing how hard they worked every single day. But again, in order for you to be great, even when you're at that NBA status, like they're continuing to work hard. I saw them upstairs in the weight room and stuff like that. So you always got to just stay prepared no matter what. But yeah, I mean, it's always a great opportunity to work with, guys who are at the highest level, and females for sure. But yeah, I know I have a handful of guys that I know that are in the NBA that I've worked with. And again, they're like anybody else. They're just trying to be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, speaking of Marcus Smart and Javon Carter, Marcus Smart, one of the best defensive players in the league, in my opinion. And
My opinion too.
yeah, obviously they came up short. The Celtics, they're a good team, and even I really thought they would make the finals, but they're just close to being a championship team. And then for the Phoenix Suns case, for Javon Carter, the Suns went 8-0 in the bubble, and they still missed the playoffs. So what was that? What was
Yeah, and you know what? Javon turned it up. Actually, both of them.
yeah.
But that was because they were in my facility training hard.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take some credit for that.
Yeah. So I do this fun little segment now with all my guests. Rapid fire segment. You ready for this?
Okay, say that one more time. I'm so sorry.
All right. No. I do this fun little segment with all my guests that come on the show. It's called the rapid fire segment.
Okay.
Ready? Yeah. All right.
I'm ready.
All right. Kawhi Leonard's laugh or Kevin Hart's laugh?
Ooh, Kawhi.
Favorite food?
Sushi.
Favorite memorable game that you played in high school and college?
Memorable game in high school and college. Against Wichita State, hit a half-court shot in college. Playing in the state championship in my high school game.
So outside of coaching and training kids, what else do you like to do?
I actually sleep because I don't sleep. I actually like to read. I like to read books.
Would you consider coaching in the WNBA or NBA in the future?
WNBA for sure. Yeah, I think I heard you right.
So I want to get to an important topic that everybody should be talking about: women in sports. And this it's just inspiring what I'm seeing, especially for you, what you're doing right now, and all these other women being able to cover sports, and even women coaches to coach male sports, like Becky Hammond, for example, Nancy Lieberman. So what's it like seeing all these women getting a chance to cover sports, not only women's sports but male sports, and coaching male sports?
I mean, it's a great opportunity. I mean, I think it should be equal. But again, we have to prove ourselves a little bit more. But at the end of the day, any opportunity is a great opportunity. So male or female. But again, it's great to see, these young ladies go and do something different and prove people wrong. So I love seeing that.
How many ankles have you broken in your career?
A lot. Too many.
Yeah, so I want to get to another important topic, the social injustice. And I actually shout out to Maya Moore, who started this whole thing, the movement, and now Renee Montgomery from the Atlanta Dream opted out, and she's helping out right now. I actually I interviewed Renee Montgomery on my show a couple months back, and that was an honor talking to her. And I interviewed her coach too, Nikki Collin from the Atlanta.
Yep.
What's it like seeing these players coming together and trying to figure out how to fix this situation?
Oh, I mean, it's great. I think we definitely need some change. You know, in seeing these girls have a voice, and hopefully could be a big influence in especially what we're going through right now. Um, it's amazing to see. So, I mean, I give them all the credit in the world for just even trying and making and try to make a difference here and you know, for the young ones to hear their voices and to, you know, because it is definitely a touchy subject of, you know, what is going on in this world. And, you know, we just keep the positivity and, you know, keep the movement going. You know, at the end of the day, hopefully somebody's going to understand.
So how long was your Hall of Fame speech?
Oh, you know what? I don't like talking in front of people. So honestly, I think it was like maybe 3 minutes. And I had a card and I read it and then I would look up and then I would read it. So yeah.
I see some pictures in the background there. Is that like trophies? Picture posters or?
Yeah, I just got one. Actually, let me see where. So this is Robbie Ryan. She actually just left my office like 2 seconds ago. This is my picture. When I played at New Mexico State. I actually have a girl in here. She played at Utah State. I don't know if you want just her to say hi, but she's in here. She's actually a professional overseas player. Come here real quick. This is Jen.
How you doing?
So I've been training her since she was in high school. Now she's 6 years pro? Yeah. 6 years professionally. And she's amazing. Just put it like that. So
I might have to interview some of your clients on the show.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'll make sure you guys are connected when I get done.
Yeah. So, what were your thoughts on this NBA bubble and the NBA Finals? And obviously, the Lakers won. I'm so happy for the Lakers to be able to win it for Kobe too.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think I'm not a Laker fan by any means, but because of what happened with this year with Kobe, they deserve it. Every LA team for me deserves it. But again, I think the bubble I think it was kind of cool. I liked how it was. It was less, less distractions for the players.
The virtual fans.
But, oh yeah, it was definitely, different as far as like the fans and not being there. But you know what? I think we all watched it on TV, so it was cool.
Yeah, no, I'm good friends with J.R. Smith's brother. He went to the same high school, so I'm happy for the Smith family getting another ring, and I'm just happy. I just want to say shout out to the Lakers for giving J.R. Smith another chance to play because he can still play, and kudos for him for winning another ring. And I'm really
most definitely.
I'm really close. I'm close with the family, so congrats to them too. And my next question to you: what's your pregame music before heading to a game?
Tupac. Tupac, All Eyes on Me.
Yeah.
I used to actually come out to it. Like we would at New Mexico State, they because I was in the starting lineup. But it was All Eyes on Me, Tupac. But I would always listen to that. I don't know why, but I come from the West Coast, so.
What's your favorite sports movie?
What's my favorite sports movie? So what you said?
Yeah.
Love and Basketball. Typical, I think, but yeah, Love and Basketball.
Who's the best WNBA player and best NBA player of all time?
Ooh, Sue Bird, Michael Jordan.
Easy.
Did
you watch the Michael Jordan documentary?
I did. I actually went to his camp. I actually got to meet Michael Jordan.
I saw a younger picture of you with Michael Jordan.
With Michael Jordan, yep. I actually, when I was there at the camp, it was a lot of boys, and Jordan actually picked me and another girl that played at Florida State to play in the All-Star game. So I thought that was kind of cool. I always can brag about that. But yeah, and then I got to meet Sue Bird, and when I met Sue Bird finally for the first time, I just couldn't talk. Like I was just, starstruck. Same with Jordan. Like Jordan, asked me where I was from, and I just forgot where I was from at that point, like at that moment.
No, but that's amazing for him just to pick you from out of all these other players in the All-Star game. And are you still in contact with him, or?
Oh, I mean, no, not at all. I was young, but I mean, again, when you put yourself in an opportunity like that, and again, I was a good player, so I mean, he knows better. He should have picked me. I deserve it.
So the last two things here before I let you go, this is a question I bring up to all my guests about the late Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, Mama mentality, and Gianna could have been the next WNBA star, and she was UConn bound. Do you remember where you were at that day, and what did they mean to you?
Yes. I was here in my gym. I was actually training, and my phone just kept going off, and I had my phone connected to the Bluetooth, and one of my overseas players text me and was like, and told me about the news, and like I didn't believe him, and I was like, stop joking, like stop, like that's not even funny, like it's not even a funny joke. And then all of a sudden, like I went to a social media, and it was confirmed, and I can honestly say like that my gym was so quiet. I think everybody just stopped. I just sat down, and I couldn't even go anymore. It was definitely a sad day. I just felt like the time and that day just stopped. So yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to give a quick shout out to Ellie Duncan. She works for ESPN, and she started the Girl Dad movement. So I'm wearing the shirt right now for the
Oh,
girls.
nice. I like it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. So Ellie Duncan from ESPN started that movement for the Kobe situation, and shout out to her. But the last thing here, before I let you go, would you like to say anything to all the nurses, doctors, and essential workers?
Man, you guys are heroes. I mean, without you guys, I mean, we wouldn't have a lot, especially in the pandemic. So, and that just keep working hard. But thank you. At the end of the day, thank you.
So there it is, episode 568. The former basketball athlete and now a coach for mobile and training, and she's a Hall of Famer. She does a lot of things. Monique, thank you for joining me on this podcast, the NR edition. This has been an honor. You're such an inspiration. I'm going to send you a couple of my other friends' podcasts you can check out, and the 14 also, and if you don't mind, can you mention my podcast to Marcus Smart and Javon Carter, if you don't mind?
I got you. Sounds good.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, keep up the great work.
Thank you. Take care. Yep. Bye-bye.